students, today we will take up the study or rather revise the chapter 2 of the stars, the Tiger King. It is written by Kalki. It is a fiction. Well, we have to keep this in mind. It's a fiction, and what is a matter of extraordinary interest? Matter of extraordinary interest is the narration of the manner of death of the king. Manner of death. How he died. The narrator takes us back to the time when the prince was born. He was 10 days old when the state astrologers were invited to predict his future. Prediction. Now, the astrologers they told that he will die one day, but they stopped at that point and won't reveal the manner of his death. When the child asked them about it, a 10 days old child, and they stood transfixed in stupefaction. And the chief astrologer had no alternative except to explain it, that since the prince was born in the hour of the bull, in the hour of the bull, and the bull and the tigers are enemies. The bull and the tiger. So what would happen? The prince will die at the hands of the tiger. This was the prediction. When this prediction was made, instead of fearing that it was a tiger who will bring his doom, the child growled. What he said? Let tigers prevail. Now, the story takes a leap of 20 years, and it says that when the prince came of age at 20, the court of wards handed him over the throne. The court of wards means that it was being administered by the British through their one of their officers appointed as court of wards. Now, the king is reminded of the prediction, and he sets to work on it by stating that because even a cow can be killed in self-defense, so if he kills a tiger and says that it has been killed in self-defense, there will not be any objection to it. So he kills the tiger, and first time first tiger he hunts it and kills it and sends for the state astrologer what he has to say about it. The astrologer says that in this manner he may kill 99, but he should take precautions against killing the 100th tiger. So the king sets upon his mission of killing the tigers. He leaves aside the work of administering the state. There are forests in his state, and he, in a span of 10 years, he kills 70 tigers. Now, there are no more tigers in his state. The population of the tigers is extinct in his state. And he decides to marry a girl from a royal family where there is a large number of tigers, large population of tigers. Marriage. Whenever he visits his in-law's state, he kills 5 or 6 tigers in each visit, and thereby a total of 99 tigers are killed, and in his neighborhood or elsewhere he sees that there are no more tigers. I have forgotten one thing. Here he had issued a proclamation that not a stone will be thrown at a tiger. Only he is authorized to kill the tigers. And a time comes when a British officer wants to visit his state, kill a tiger, and stand on his carcass with a gun and get photographed. Now, this was against the plans of what the Tiger King had in mind. So, and if he refused the Britishers' request, he was going to lose his throne. So he decided to send a sample of 50 diamond rings of different designs, worth 3 lakhs. Instead of choosing one or two rings from the samples, the British officer's wife sent a note thanking him for the gifts. So in this way, the Tiger King said that it was not a bad bargain, that he by spending 3 lakhs, he had saved his kingdom. This was, we can insert it here. Now we were at the 99, figure 99. His anxiety reached a pitch because he was one short of achieving his target of 100. So one day he is informed that in a remote village the sheep is disappearing, and they come to the conclusion that there is some tiger who is taking away the sheep. So the king goes there and pitches a tent there to find out that tiger who is taking away the sheep. And for rewarding those villagers, he said that their land tax, that they are exempted from land tax for 3 years. But when, after days of waiting, the tiger is not in sight, he pulls up his divan and said that his job is in danger, because if he doubles the tax on the people, there will be resentment, and ultimately Indian National Congress will come over and the job of Diwan will be no more. So the Diwan and his wife brought a tiger from People's Park in Madras, People's Park in Madras. And the tiger is left in the vicinity where the king was. Next day, when the king sights the tiger, he takes careful aim at it and shoots it. The tiger fell in a crumpled heap. There is elation all around. Delhi has been met. He has achieved his target. So the king tells his courtiers that the carcass should bring in a procession, and he hurries off in a car. The hunters find, after the king had left, the hunters find that the tiger is not dead. The bullet whizzed past him, and the sound of the bullet of the gun was such that it fell down. So they were in a fix what to do, and it was decided to kill the tiger at a close range. And the matter is not brought to the notice of the king. Is never brought. In the meanwhile, there is third birthday of his son. Now that he is free from all the anxiety that he had for killing the tigers, that's over now. He takes interest in family matters and the state matters. He buys a wooden tiger from a toy shop and gifts it to his son. Now, while playing with this wooden tiger, the king was hurt. A sliver of the wooden tiger pierced his right hand, and though he didn't give much care to it, later on the infection spread throughout the body, and it became a spirited sore. It needed an operation. 3 surgeons operated upon him, and when they came out, they said the operation was successful, but the king was dead. The narrator says that by the death of the king at the hands of the wooden tiger, a revenge has been taken by the 100th tiger. A revenge. Now, the story says that autocratic and eccentric kings dominated the subjects. But they lived in mortal fear of the British. How he was coronated, there was already a court of wards were there. It was in the hands of the Britishers. When a British officer wanted to hunt a tiger in his state, then his refusal to do so was sure that he would lose his throne. So they were always in mortal fear of the British. At the same time, they were eccentric. He was going on a spree to kill 100 tigers in the name of self-defense. The story is interspersed in supernatural. How? supernatural. Prediction. And to prove that prediction wrong, he chooses to decimate the tigers, and the destiny had something else in store for him. Destiny played its own part. If we can follow this sequence, it's a fiction, manner of death is there, what's the prediction, first tiger, when it was killed, and what was the proclamation. During the proclamation some problem cropped up. In a span of 10 years, 70 tigers in his own state he's killed. Then to achieve that tally of 100, he marries a girl from a royal family, and the tally reaches 99, where there is a large number of tigers. People's Park, and when only one tiger remains to be killed, and it is not in sight, his anxiety reaches a peak, and when he threatens the one with his job, then he brings a tiger from People's Park in Madras. The tiger is not killed by him, it was killed by a hunter later on. Third birthday of his son, it was celebrated by giving a gift of wooden tiger from a toy shop, and slivers of the wooden tiger, because it was not made in a particular, the workmanship was not good. So it took the revenge. The 100th tiger took the revenge by killing that. But the king got infection, and it became a spiritic sword operated upon. The operation was successful, though the king had died. So this is the story, and later on we should keep these things also in mind, that it was autocratic and eccentric kings were there who dominated the subjects, but they lived in mortal fear of the British. The story is interspersed in the supernatural by way of prediction of the astrologers and what destiny plays a part. Now, we find that the story is full of humorous scenes are there, like when he says that the prince is going to die one day, and the child tells him that everybody is going to die, but tell me the manner of death. So that was first thing. It brings humor. Next is when he has killed 70 tigers and he needs another 30 tigers to be killed. There is a conversation between Diwan and the king. It's very interesting. Before that, when he kills the first tiger, the astrologers, he sends for the astrologer and asks him what he has to say. He has killed a tiger. He said that he may kill the 99 tigers, but he should be cautious about the 100th tiger. No, he says that if he kills the 100th also, then there is a very hilarious sentences that he will burn his books and become an insurance agent. He will cut off his hair, become an insurance agent. No, when he calls for Diwan to asking about the statistics of the population of tigers in another state where a girl of marriageable age is there, or from a royal family. That episode is very interesting. And then when he has pitched his tent for the 100th tiger, and tiger is not in sight, there is again a conversation between the king and the Diwan, and the king says that his job is in danger. That's also interesting. Last of all, when the 3 surgeons operate upon him, they say that the operation is successful, the king is dead. So, the story is full of humor. It's a fictional story, it's a fiction, and interspersed with the supernatural. It is from British era, when the states were under the control of the British. So you can, if you understood all this, these things, it will be very easy for you to answer the questions. And whatever hints are there, let tigers beware, and all sometimes all the conversation with the Diwan and his conversation with the astrologers. That's interesting. Kindly go through those episodes, and you will be able to answer all the questions very successfully. Thank you.